Now, Donald Trump has obviously threatened a series of bombings on Iran, and the Americans have now released a new video of the B-52 bombers preparing to launch and unleash a series of missiles into Iran as well. Those are the visuals that you currently see on your screen that have been put out by America's CENTCOM of the Americans releasing a series of new visuals of B-52 bombers preparing to make their way to attack precise locations in Iran. So let's in fact take you through these visuals right now, and we see them on our screens. Those are new videos of B-52 bombers preparing to take off, of course, and these are preparing for overnight strikes in different parts of Iran. The Americans have vowed to continue their bombing campaign as far as Iran is concerned. Latest images released by CENTCOM. Let me once again go across to Srinjoy. Srinjoy, the Americans appear to be quite determined, and the messaging that they've actually now put out is essentially that the bombing campaign of Iran is not going to cease anytime soon. They're going to throw everything that they have, using their expertise, including the B-52 bombers, to attack strategic sites in different parts of Iran.
They have already hit 5,000 targets. 5,000 targets in 15 days is a lot of targets. So the Americans themselves say that the Iranian air defense system doesn't exist, which is why they have air supremacy. Secondly, they say that the Iranian Navy is at the bottom of the Persian Gulf. So that's gone too. And they say that the Iranian Air Force doesn't exist either. So the army, the US says that these three things are gone. So what is left are the missiles and the drones. And the Americans say that the missiles and the drones have been severely degraded. We've heard 80%, we have heard 85%, and so on. That means that still are drones and still are missiles. But the targets that they have looked at are drone launchers, missile launchers, factories, and things like that, storage sites. Now the question is, 15 days later, there are still drones and there are still missiles that are hitting some sites. So these things are being targeted by the Americans. We will have to see how successful they will be, because we don't know where these targets are, where these drones have been kept. But whatever the Americans have known, whatever sites are known to the Americans, they have been bombed. As you know, 5,000 targets in 15 days is a lot of targets.
Absolutely, and we also have an explainer of America and the B-52 bombers, how they've been deployed earlier as well. And if you'd recall, even in 2025, the B-52 was used to target Iran's nuclear installations as well. So here's that explainer from my colleague Sagarika.
So how did India achieve the Hormuz breakthrough? After direct talks between External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, Iran has allowed Indian-flagged oil tankers to safely transit the Strait of Hormuz. This is extremely significant. Why are we saying this? Because, like you already know, the Strait of Hormuz is the single most critical maritime choke point for global energy supplies, and roughly 20% of the world's oil shipments move through this narrow stretch of water between Iran and the Gulf states. For India, this dependence is even more acute, because around 80 to 85% of India's crude oil imports pass through the Strait of Hormuz. But amid the volatility, Indian vessels appear to have been granted safe passage. According to reports that are emerging, two Indian tankers, Pushpak and Parimal, were able to pass safely through the strait, even as the broader maritime environment remains tense. Now, this timing becomes important, because earlier External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar directly spoke to the foreign minister of Iran, and they discussed the rapidly evolving situation in West Asia. This conversation focused specifically on ensuring safe navigation and also keeping critical sea routes open. At the same time, India has also been engaging with other global powers as well. Now, S. Jaishankar also spoke with Russia's foreign minister and also France's foreign minister, and they also exchanged their assessment on the ongoing conflict and the wider implications that it can have. At the diplomatic level, India is also navigating a delicate balancing act.